Hello, this is Chiak. We are back again with another set of Tangle Tower. We got 2 suspicions down. There's this
It's
up
locked,
here.
but
I thought we were halfway
sorry.
up the tower.
we are.
What's that thing by the handle?
Okay, I accidentally clicked on. Slide open. Oh. Slide the lid open, then move the tiles into the correct slot. Oh. Well, I definitely don't know what this is.
Nothing. Still
The
locked.
tiles have all got that same sun symbol on them.
Those moon symbols in the slots. Are they connected?
Maybe they're connected, but also not connected.
Okay.
Nope.
Maybe the information we need isn't
So
here.
where is it?
Somewhere else.
Okay, well.
Let's come back once we know what to do.
Alright, so that's it for Fitz's room. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna revisit. Have everyone talk about the new things that we can talk about, which is only this ornate trowel, but... Okay. Amazingly, because I just don't want to come back every time and, like, go through an entire huge list of stuff that we need to talk about with people. Okay, so we got his... Oh.
These drawings are quite precious. I'm surprised Flora let you see them.
What happened to the bird? Did it die?
I don't know. Seems likely, though, doesn't it? I've never seen that before. Looks valuable.
No, sir. No, it's not yours. Sir. Okay. And Fifi? Hope you're not gonna get too upset by this. Okay, nothing there.
That blade,
It's a troll for gardening.
it is.
Okay. So we're actually going to go to Fitz first, and then we're going to go into Hawkshaw. Oh, sorry. I was like, where are you? Oh, wait. Is this... Anyway.
Felix is a contradiction. His loyalties are placed firmly within the realm of materialism, money, property. But his ego relies on an entirely fraudulent self-image, don't you think?
I was just about to say the same thing.
Okay. And all the
Looks
stuff...
like someone doesn't want you to read that book.
That's the main thing making me want to read it.
Freya's best work, in my opinion. Although, the photo doesn't carry the same energy as the real thing.
What do you think it's a painting of?
What do you mean?
Like, what's the subject matter? What's that big red thing?
Oh, I don't think it's that kind of painting. It's Fifi and Freya.
Don't you think Poppy should be in the photo too?
Maybe, maybe not. She doesn't really like crowds.
2 people isn't a crowd.
Right, but if she was in the photo, then it'd be 3.
Checkmate.
Okay.
Fitz, one of these drawings is of you, in the Rooftop Garden, I think, with Poppy.
Mm-hmm. Are we done? Felix made that? Huh. That's quite sweet, really. Did Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note in the back, too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
This is yours, Fitz?
Yeah,
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
Okay. I don't think there's anything more we can say.
A little chart of, Actually, I have no idea what it's about.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna take a picture of this, just in case. I don't think it has anything to do with that sun chart that we looked at, but I mean,
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
I mean, we can go back and see. Just take a look at it and see whether or not the tiles match up.
It's locked.
I thought
We are.
What's that thing by the hand?
Okay, there.
Let's come back once we...
Okay. Who else? Is there anything else? Any other secrets in the rooms? Also, okay. I'm just wondering, is there a way, because they make no attempt to open the book, so I was curious. Also, let's have a look at the family tree again. Which, you know
What
what?
is that?
What do you mean, what is that? Family
I
tree!
think it's a family tree.
Okay, I need to take a picture of this. Just so I have a better... Okay, so here's Felix. Flora Remington. Fiona. Freya is Felicia Fellow and Damien Dusk. Where's Fitz? Okay, so these guys are all like disgenerate cousins here. Flint Fellow and Emily Everstone. Okay, that's just what I wanted to figure out and see. Or get a better understanding.
Is that a...
If it is, it's a clock.
Just trying to remind myself what these things are.
I'll do this later.
Okay. But let's see how much we can talk to her. Okay.
Did you get anything useful out of him?
Not sure. What about you?
So I
Nothing
gotta
worth
stop
committing
cooking.
to paper.
I think he knows more than he lets on.
Probably. But talking with him is so tedious.
Okay. This is why you gotta ask for their bridge version.
Diary. Have you read it?
Not yet. It's locked.
And you haven't attempted to force it open?
That would be cheating.
I
Okay.
admit, it's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we don't know why they took the photograph, do we? Perhaps they just wanted it for reference.
Mm-hmm.
A photograph of Freya could be important.
When did Freya draw the picture of you, Hawkshaw?
I didn't model for her, if that's what you're asking. She must have done it without my permission.
Could just be from memory. It's not quite as detailed as the others anyway.
I'd tell him not to quit his day job. But he hasn't got one, has he?
Okay, well.
These figurines remind me of a case I once solved involving a possessed doll. Turned out to be a bit of a smokescreen, as these things often do.
Your life sounds fun. Grimoire, why don't we ever have fun adventures like that?
Are we not having a fun adventure right at this very moment?
Does Flora still own that bird? Do you know?
Don't think so. The drawings are from a few years ago.
I see.
Okay.
This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
I don't know. I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around.
Don't worry, we've already established that the knife is not a knife, but is in fact a feather. Alright. Now that that is done, let's go to this side with the pointer and the pointer side of things. Music room. Oh, here's Poppy.
Sheet music. It's handwritten.
I see something.
That's a lot of notes. Looks pretty difficult.
Probably why they're on the floor. Oh, whatever it is, it's playing a little trumpet.
Well, it is the music room. He's gotta practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
Oh. Horn statue. A shiny statue of a strange creature holding a large horn. There's a noticeable crack running along the length of the statue's horn. Inside the horn and on the ground below are various shards of glass. Okay, well, obviously this is important. I was wondering, Chiak's like, what are you talking about? I just clicked on the glass. This is apparently all together. Didn't even see the statue.
Paper lanterns?
Whatever they are, I like them. It's like a little parade of floating spirits.
There's a faded mural on the wall.
When I was a kid, I never knew the difference between a mural and a mosaic.
You still don't know, do you?
No,
Okay.
Who plays the violin, I wonder?
it's pretty dusty. So I'm guessing nobody.
Alright. Anything?
Alright, you got your wish.
Spooky murder mansion?
Spooky murder mansion. 1 old wooden bookcase.
Yep.
25 dry old books.
Mm-hmm.
4 lit candles.
Yeah.
Am I the only one seeing the problem?
Oh. Yeah. Understandable.
Alright, you got your
Okay,
spooky murder mansion. It's one of those big pianos with the open lids.
Don't touch it.
Why not?
Might be haunted.
It's gonna come and eat you.
It's a globe.
For globing. That's just daylight, right?
What else would it be?
Okay. I think now there's nothing else in the room. Oh god, Poppy, why did the music
Are
get
you a
so...
ghost?
Sally! That's rude! Unless she is a ghost.
It may come as a disappointment, but I am alive.
Ah,
That makes you a suspect, I'm afraid.
I know.
what's your name?
My name is Poppy. I'm a pointer. And a pianist.
We'll need to ask you a few questions about Freya.
I know.
Hey, you're pretty good.
All in the wrist. And
oh,
13 years of dedicated practice.
okay, sorry, but like... that would make sense to me if the music in any way corresponded to her actions, but right now it's just... This music is her general mood or atmosphere, I guess?
I'm just me. There's nothing to know.
How are you related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer. The professor spends most of his time hidden away in his tower. Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Do you get on with the fellows?
2 of them. Fifi and Freya are my closest friends. We all turned 19 last year.
Do people ever leave Tangle Tower? I don't mean to be rude. It's just, if you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away. Definitely. Fifi, Freya, and I would often talk about it, argue about it. Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi... Things are more complicated for her.
What about now?
After what happened, I really don't want to stay here much longer. 3.5 hours of piano practice, soon as I wake up. Same as always.
3.5. Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure.
And you do this in the music room?
No, I prefer to practice in my room. When I make mistakes, I like to make them in private.
What did you do after that?
I was supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I finally got down there, she'd already gone. I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way. So I went back upstairs and out into the moonlight garden.
The what?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Was it just you up there?
No. Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that.
Okay. First off, I mean...
That's me. I'm on a list of murder suspects. I
What?
always thought that would be kinda cool, but it's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
Needless noise from tongues expel, unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word, unfit for dealing with the shifting form of feeling, stand unblinking in the face of taciturn and soundless space.
Okay. Oh, she could do this...
Drifter, holding fast, Days as shadow seeker past. Is it bravery or surrender? Accepting that your world will render nothing darker than the gloom. Some four walls make around a room.
Okay, you're gonna do this with every single person? Yeah.
Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays in the center of a maze. With surging tide, the waves are thrown, an entity of all its own. But on its surface you may see, reflected in the waters be, the orchestrator, pale and still, pulling strings, enacting will.
Okay, that was for Hawkshaw.
Hard of head, but free of mind, unimprisoned, unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees beyond, behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied, it's hers, it's free. Was then, is now, will ever be. Softly does the flower grow, all in time, and time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day, tune your heart to nature's way.
Okay. I hope you're not gonna do this to all the items.
So there are two families living in Tangle Tower?
Mm-hmm. 3 pointers and 5 fellows. 4 fellows.
What's the connection between them?
There isn't one. Not really. It was all built by the Remington family. Flora is a Remington, originally. So was Primrose, my mother. She married into the Pointers, and Flora married into the Fellows.
So the Fellows and the Pointers own the house now?
Flora owns the house. Depending on who you ask, that means her husband Felix owns it too.
What about your father?
His claim over the house kind of fell apart after my mother left.
Where's your mother now?
No idea.
Okay.
There's something I noticed about Freya's knife wound.
Hit me.
From what we could tell, the blade went in at an exact right angle, perpendicular to Freya's body. And there's only one small pool of blood. Nothing on Freya's hands, or anywhere else. The whole thing is just a little too peaceful. This is mine.
Really?
No, well, yes, it was. I gave it to Freya about a year ago.
What was on it?
Nothing. It was blank. Freya said she wanted to record something.
Any idea how it ended up underwater?
Maybe someone wanted to destroy it, but got really lazy.
What do you make of the statue?
I know that's the only harp in the whole of Tangle Tower. I've never actually seen a real one.
Maybe it's from before your time.
Oh, definitely. You see how old this statue is?
What about the symbols? One of them looks like piano keys.
Yeah, weird. Don't you think that's weird? That the letter isn't addressed to anyone, or signed by anyone?
Someone's being deliberately secretive.
Or they're trying to manipulate you. When I first saw it, I thought it looked like Flora was holding a knife, with blood on the tip.
You don't think that anymore?
No, it was a stupid thing to say. The room was dark. I was in shock. I'm just an idiot.
But it was blood on the tip. If you hadn't said anything, maybe Fifi wouldn't have checked.
Exactly. It's stupid.
But we would have missed out on an important clue.
Is it a clue? Really? Tell me how it's a clue. Tell me how it helps. Nothing about the knife makes any sense. It's just freaking everyone out. Wish I'd never said anything. Freya would always load up the palette with all the exact colors she was gonna need. I think it helped her zone out and focus on the actual painting itself. Like getting all your sheet music lined up before playing a long piece.
Right. So the blob of black paint in the middle, that was for painting Flora?
Flora's dress, yeah. She wears even more black than I do. Why is the glass cracked down one side?
Natural wear and tear, maybe?
No way. Freya took good care of her stuff.
Okay. I'm assuming we're gonna have that suspicion thing happen because of the horn statue
It was
here.
my mother's originally.
So, why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who else would own a tape like this?
Literally anybody? What was inside?
Nothing.
Huh. That belongs to Flora, I think.
Okay.
Oh, you've been to the greenhouse? What did you think?
Impressive, I guess. But kind of unsettling with Fitz lurking in the shadows the whole time.
Yeah, he does that. Is that Fifi's diary? I'm sure I've seen it in her room before.
That's where we found it.
Have you ever read it? Do you know what's written in there?
Nope. I'm sure she wouldn't appreciate me invading her privacy.
I thought you and Fifi were close friends.
Yeah, we are. It's just Fifi's gotten kinda impatient with me recently.
Do you know why?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure she'd tell you if you asked.
Oh, she would. She'd give it to me straight. Probably why I've been avoiding it.
Okay.
I think everybody sees something different.
Did Freya ever tell you what she saw in it?
Not exactly. She said something about it being from a recurring nightmare.
Sorry, but if it was from a nightmare, why would you paint it and leave it in front of your bed?
Maybe she wanted to take control of it. Giving something a physical form can make it easier to deal with. Well, sometimes.
This is a photo of Fifi and Freya, right?
Yeah,
How come you're not in it? You're friends with them too, aren't you?
I'm not really one for photographs.
Fifi looks like she really admires Freya.
Fifi's loyalty to Freya is unshakable.
So I'm just trying to like, cause don't have a clue like who could be the murderer. Right now, the only thing I can think of is possibly Fifi, because if Freya was planning to leave out of resentment or something like that, also her being the least likely suspect maybe. But yeah, I really don't know. That's my only thought so far, but there's nothing concrete about it.
Hey, that's me. Not a bad likeness.
It looks like you're standing in a rosebush.
Is there something wrong with that? Whose paints are those?
They belong to Felix, I think.
Okay.
Is that supposed to be Flora?
Possibly?
Oh. How nice. How sweet. Is that a gardening trowel?
Yeah. I think it belongs to Fitz.
Really? Huh. Never seen him use it. Don't look at me. I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes. I don't know who, but I can tell when somebody else has touched the piano.
Yep. Okay, her face. She's like, don't touch my stuff.
Fitz and I were up in the moonlight garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying to decide how to describe it, but I'm struggling. It was like something drilling into a piece of metal, but different. Worse. I was pretty sure it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there to check. Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. I knew Freya and Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door. I went inside. Freya was lying on the floor.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi. Her door was still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually, she let me in. The lights were off, but I could see she'd already been crying. I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry. First time I've ever seen her angry. I dragged her out into the hall. My father was there too, for some reason. The three of us went back up to Flora's tower. Then Felix arrived. He had Penny with him. Fifi had this idea. She wanted to do some kind of scientific test. She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes. After she was done, she went back upstairs and I went back to my room.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
All right. Poppy's bedroom is unlocked.
I wonder what's in there.
Let's go now. Alright, it's Poppy's room.
There's something about that diary we found in Fifi's room. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Later. We just got
It's an
here.
octopus.
No, it's not. It has 6 legs, not 8. Don't say it.
Sextopus.
Okay. Oh, that's...
There's a name for this kind of piano. You know, these ones that stand upright. Sheet music, presumably for piano.
It's only a few notes. I'd barely even call that music.
Yeah, it's been framed though. Must be important for some reason.
Sheet music has been framed and is decorated with a delicate old-fashioned illustration. Okay.
Oh, thank goodness, there are 7 lit candles. Wouldn't want it to be dark in here. Just a bunch of clothes on the floor. Nothing weird about that.
To you.
A lamp. It is most definitely turned off. Empty. Anything in the wardrobe?
Dresses mostly. I never realized there were so many shades of black.
Okay.
That is the bed of a vampire.
I thought vampires slept in coffins.
This is a vampire who needs firm support for their lower back.
Anything with the...
More handwritten sheet music.
Okay.
Anything in the drawers?
Nothing you need to know about.
Various handmade posters.
What do you think those symbols mean?
Hopefully, nothing.
Okay. I'm seeing this, but right now...
Oh, thank... Wouldn't want it to be dark? A single red rose. How very traditional.
Yeah, weird.
Okay, the clock?
It's a metronome. For keeping time.
Oh, wait. Is this got to do with Hawkshaws?
It's ticking. Is it a bomb?
It's supposed to be ticking. Not sure what those symbols are, though.
Okay. I don't know what I just pressed. Use the button to rotate all 4 metronome dials up to the hoop at the top. Okay, so this is like... If I could just get it to... Here we go. So now we can just move this one here.
I did it. What do I win?
Not bad. What happened?
Little hatch unlocked in the back.
Anything in there?
Mm-hmm. It's a photograph. Part of a photograph.
Okay, we got the other... Who are you? The ripped photo shows a young girl with blonde hair and pink clothes. The girl in the photo is using a bright pink cassette player with matching headphones. Poppy, how drastic was the change? The rest of the photo shows Fifi and Freya. It was hidden in Freya's room. Okay.
A big glass door leads out into a garden. Somehow.
There's a little mechanism by the handle.
So is this mechanism different, or... Oh, no, it's the exact same. Oh, but this is... Oh. Okay. Excuse me. So this is the pattern for this one.
Something happened.
That must be it. And the door's still locked.
I still feel like we made some sort of progress.
Okay, we know what we need to do. We need to go to the other side. I also need to question for to Poppy about
It's locked.
I thought
We are.
What's that thing by the...
Okay. So let's down. Here we go.
It made a noise.
I guess that was right.
Now we can open it.
Finally, it's open.
Whatever's on the other side better be worth it.
Rooftop.
Giant stone frog. Love it.
Ah, he's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
Feathers were mostly found resting on the tongue of a large stone frog. None of the feathers... Okay, I didn't read the last part, but it says none of the feathers are the ink dip. Okay, there's clearly something here.
Oh good. A bridge. I'm glad to know there's a way to get across that tiny, tiny pond.
Not all bridges are about getting across stuff.
A little pond.
It looks really, really deep for some reason.
Oh, does that go to the
See
aquarium?
those metal bars around the edges too?
Oh yeah. What do you suppose they're for?
Nothing anymore. Looks like somebody broke them and then never bothered to fix it.
It's a rose bush, growing on a little patch of bluish soil. Apart from a couple of loose petals on one side, the whole thing looks very well cared for.
The roses are bright red too.
Now, aren't roses normally that color?
Exactly. That's one big dragonfly.
Or one very small dragon?
More egg statues.
I don't get it. Why eggs?
Well, either they have some special significance, or the sculptor was just really lazy.
What do you mean?
An egg has got to be the easiest shape to make.
Stone pillars, or what's left of them.
Oh, wait.
Be careful, we're pretty high up.
Yeah, we're on a roof.
Okay, this is probably
More
going to be
egg
the
statues.
same.
I don't get it.
Well,
Okay.
an egg has got to be the easiest.
So we have this right here, which before...
So relaxing. I might just stay here.
Oh, shall I go finish the investigation on my own?
That'd be great.
It's another little statue, doing a really bad job of hiding in the bushes.
He's playing a lute this time.
He's also wearing headphones.
Well, they're not part of the statue. And they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
A slightly weathered statue of a strange creature holding a lute. A pair of earmuffs have been placed on the head of the statue. Find 3 statues of a certain amphibious creature. Was what the achievement popped up, which we still don't know anything about the swamp monster itself. I guess this is still locked. Oh, with this Fifi. I was just trying to decide because, I mean, we still have the 2 other people that we have not yet met. This... Wow, okay, the aviary?
I don't like mirrors. They steal your soul.
How do you get your hair so symmetrical without using a mirror?
I do by weight. I can feel if one side is heavier than the other.
Okay.
What's with those little windows down there?
I think they're there for draining rainwater.
Oh,
They're bird cages. But the birds are coming and going freely.
is that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is. Check out that butterfly.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
I mean, it's meant to look big and scary so the birds don't eat it.
A rather magnificent bush. Somewhat cruelly confined to a stone pot.
There's a letter P carved into the side.
Okay.
I feel like I'm standing in a giant bird cage.
Well, you're not wrong.
Bird diagrams. Hand painted.
They're beautiful. Someone really knows their stuff.
My little writing desk. It's kinda cute.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's torn a page out of the middle.
Okay.
An especially fancy cage.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
3 brightly colored birds in a heavy, ornate cage. Okay.
Oh, just beautiful. What is it?
So,
Huh?
Sort of a delicate jade, but with a little seafoam green, is that right?
Sorry?
Your hair, dear! Which shade do you use? It's lovely! In that shape, you're really pushing the envelope.
Oh, thanks. I do what I can to offset Grimoire's beige on brown ensemble.
Detectives don't need to be brightly colored. We prefer to blend into the background.
Oh, you're the detective? Delightful. Penny Pointer, pleasure.
Is that short for Penelope?
Officially, yes, but I never can be bothered with all 4 syllables of it. Penelope sounds a little ostentatious coming out of the mouth, don't you think?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, fits her whole image right now. Then I guess maybe Penny does as well.
20-something, Aquarius, love to travel, and nearly all of my friends are birds.
Travel? Where to?
Anywhere at all, as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I call it the only thing I've ever been good at.
And have you studied the birds here at Tangle Tower?
But of course! Where else do you think I developed my love of the field? No matter where I go, I always find myself coming home to Tangle Tower.
Because of the birds.
Oh, no, because of him! Silly to admit, but I suppose I can't bear for us to be apart.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, don't you know? My fiancé, dear Fitz. He's not really the traveling type, you see.
Fitz Fellow.
The very one.
You're engaged to a member of the Fellow family? That's interesting.
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious feuding goes on between our 2 families. Fitz and I find it much easier to stay out of it altogether.
Okay, that is interesting. So, she's engaged to Fitz.
I awoke early and headed down into the greenhouse to see Fitz. He's always there, crack of dawn, every morning like clockwork.
How come?
It's where he's happiest. That, and he has a great deal of work to do every day, watering, pruning, mulching, whatever that is.
Do you help him with the work in the greenhouse?
Oh, no. I wouldn't dream of it. I'd probably break something.
So, you stayed with Fitz the whole day?
No. In the early afternoon, he went back inside. Rather suddenly, as it happens.
Did he say why?
He didn't. Probably just a touch of heat stroke, the poor dear. He's more delicate than you'd think.
What did you do after that?
Let's see. I returned to the aviary to feed my birds.
And how many birds are you responsible for?
Officially 4, but in truth it's more like 400.
Can they not feed themselves?
Of course, and they often do. But I think they just like the company. As do I.
Okay. So,
A fellow bird enthusiast. She's quite the expert, truth be told. Studied them professionally at one point. I think her father taught her.
Are you friends with Flora?
A little bit.
A little bit friends.
She's one for the peace and quiet. I dare say I'm a little too loud for her.
I can see that.
I
Yeah.
do admire her, though, really. Always felt like she could have done better than settle for Felix.
Ouch.
I said it. I must say, I really don't care for the den of self-delusion that he's retreated into. People are better off when they just let themselves be themselves. Between you and me, I think Felix is secretly rather miserable. She mostly ignores me, if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh. You don't need to.
No, it's quite all right. I'm comfortable with it. She's a most unsavory little... She was incredibly rude about my appearance.
Which part? the giant bird arms, or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow. I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility. Did you not know that?
Okay, some more... got information.
She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning, and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve.
Got it, thanks.
For my 21st birthday, she gave me a framed painting. All the birds from a single spring, with their names written underneath. I can't begin to tell you how much I've treasured it.
Sounds like you two were close.
I feel like I always struggled to articulate my admiration for her. But she had a way of understanding unspoken things. Isn't he strapping?
He is... big.
And so brooding.
Kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
I don't remember asking for your input.
Okay.
Oh, she's beautiful! Who is she? Wait, is that me? Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
Lovely. Burn them. It'll all be lies.
Why would Poppy lie to us?
Because that's what she does. She's a snake. Looks like one, too.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it.
Okay, and with that, I'm actually going to end the set here. And we are going to continue with all of this before getting...
we can get into Penny's room now.
Now, like, right now?
Later. Before we get her Penny's statement here. So thank you for liking if you liked, thank you for commenting if you commented, thank you for subscribing if you subscribed, and thank you for simply clicking on this video. Until next time, guys, see ya!